So with the globe earth theory having no practicality whatsoever, when I say practicality, I mean no scientific demonstrations that actually back the globe earth theory's absurd claims. None. All you'll get is excuses in the form of explanations. Oh, let me explain why I can't provide a scientific demonstration to back my absurd claims. If you don't believe my excuse, then I'm just going to say you don't understand physics. Even though I've not cited a physical demonstration, you don't understand imaginary physics. That's what you're dealing with here when you deal with people who think reality is exactly the opposite to what can be tested and verified by all. So it's clear the globe has no practicality, and what's also clear is the only thing that holds this silliness together is psychology. And that becomes apparent very early on when you see how people react to questioning the globe earth belief system. They have all sorts of defensive knee-jerk reactions, some aggressive, some pantomime-like. Most of them are not natural reactions that have been put there as a part of this person's experience in real life from real exploration themselves. No, they've been put there by the education system, drilled in through layers of silliness, and as a result, programmed by the education system to react in certain ways. And we all know how people used to react when you first brought this subject up about questioning the shape of the earth. Cheeks would puff out, eyes would roll back, deep breaths, as whoever you were having the conversation with had all these preconceived ideas about what you were about, put there by a mainstream media, which of course can't stop lying and misrepresenting anyway. And these performances, this psychology, this pantomime performance, which the general public put up for us, it's not even a form of entertainment at this point in time. I find it quite sad to see these people respond in the manner in which they do when you question the globe earth theory. The subject came up at work the other day. Let's say the other day, 2 weeks ago. Now, I haven't really had too many discussions regarding the globe earth theory on the site I'm working at the moment. But it came on the radio. One of the lads I'm working with, banksman / crane supervisor, came on the radio. Within earshot of the radio was about half a dozen chippies, a couple of steel fixers, works foreman, the main boss, the banksman, crane supervisor, quite a few lads. The subject came up regarding the shape of the earth. And I said, look, you can have some knee-jerk reactions to what I'm going to say to you, but the earth's not a ball. I went on to state some demonstrable facts, which of course are true on every single level. Things like tower cranes and plumb bobs don't have the ability to be dead still and plumb, whilst doing 4 different speeds, ludicrous speeds, in all different directions at the same time, like the globe earth theory suggests. The globe believers cannot even cite a demonstration of a pendulum travelling in a straight line, remaining dead still and plumb, yet alone one that's doing ludicrous speeds in 4 different directions at once. So already you know the globe's ridiculous based on demonstrations we can test and verify for all. Things like large standing bodies of water do not have the ability to display convexity upon its surface. That's a scientific measurable fact. There is no measurable, or there is no measurement of curvature done that's been tested and verified showing large standing bodies of water displaying convexity upon its surface. None. There's inconclusive observations that have no practicality to back their claims. But it would seem the general public are in a bit of a mess here. They think their delusional globe earth theory is real based on the debunkers debunking stuff online, strawman maps and models that most people don't believe. Where does this end? Globe can't be proven with practicality. With the psychology the thing that holds sway as far as the globe Earth is concerned, because people are put in some sort of delusional mainstream trance where they're too fearful to go against the grain. Even though going against the grain regarding this subject, all you need to do is stand by demonstrable truths. Things like I've already stated, the water, tower cranes and plumb bobs, and the fact that space is cited as being a vacuum, and the globe Earth is supposed to be an air pressure spherical rock in the middle of that vacuum without solid separation. That's the claims we're told, which are impossible anyway. Because to have an air pressure system reside next to a vacuum requires solid separation, another demonstrable fact. Just shouting out gravity or pressure gradient just makes it worse. Because now you've got to show an air pressure system fading out in a demonstration into a vacuum. You've just made it worse. And gravity, I use that word, but I'm going to, essentially what the mainstream terms gravity, I describe as the way reality presents itself to us. I don't believe the heliocentric story is attached to the way reality presents itself to us as far as our vectors. I'll use the word gravity, okay? But whatever's at play there regards gravity doesn't help either, because that can be overcome by a gentle breeze, therefore isn't man enough to make the globe Earth theory a reality. So it all comes back to psychology, and where does this start? The education system. So why aren't people challenging the education system to prove this globe Earth theory with practical demonstrations? I've had teachers, professors, NASA test engineers, all of them come to my channel, and all of them have been dealt with by demonstrable reality. They cannot prove their globe Earth. So why aren't people challenging their local education system? I highlighted this a while back. Challenging them, say, prove this globe Earth theory. I only stand by science we can test and verify for ourselves. I want to see demonstrations proving this globe Earth theory, because every demonstration on this Earth which backs the claims regarding what the globe Earth theory says shows the globe to be impossible, because it cannot back those claims. It hasn't got the demonstrations of air pressure systems residing next to vacuums without solid separation. Hasn't got evidence that tower cranes could be dead still and plumb whilst doing ludicrous speeds like the globe Earth theory suggests. Yet alone tower cranes upside down in relation to, say, me or you on this spherical ball that people claim is a reality. It's ridiculous. Challenge the education system. It's not going to be able to provide those practical references. And then you've got a lever point to hold people accountable, whether it be the head of the board or whatever. Challenge your local school. No one can prove this globe, which is why you got all these people making a song and dance about going to Antarctica, looking at a light in the sky, and then suddenly claiming they've got scientific demonstrations for their impossible world. Fucking insane. The education system has made these people this way. So the only way you're going to deal with this is nip it in the bud at the root. That is the education system. Stop this silliness. They can't prove it. Start holding people accountable for the tosh they're serving up to the children. And as a result, we wouldn't have to, in 20, 30 years, deal with grown adults who are clearly deluded. Otherwise, they wouldn't be going to Antarctica, looking up at a light in the sky, and then declaring demonstrable reality is wrong. No, if the sun does something in the sky at a certain point in time, great. That doesn't change reality. The education system has got us in this mess. The mainstream media backs up the delusional world which the mainstream believers believe in. Got to stop this. They can't prove it. Start using that as a lever point right at the root, the education system. And when they can't prove it, start holding these people accountable. Got to end this now for the sake of the future, for the sake of humanity, because you've got to remember these people have a huge budget to push their tosh. They've got bewildered people online trying to defend it, but not one single person can provide scientific demonstrations to back it. And we can all prove that it's impossible. So why have we allowed this to go on for so long? Get to the root and rip it out.